So I think the only person that we're missing right now is Sarah. How are you guys feeling today? Good. All right. So today is going to be another more of a wrestling technique day again. So we're going to start off with a quick warm up, and then we'll start to get into it. What time is it? Okay, we'll give it about like 2 more minutes to see if anybody else joins. So you can see we're at a different location today. Some of you guys might be familiar with the location. FTCC right now is for sure in a deep remodel. They're pulling up all the mats. We put in new flooring. It's looking like really like our gym was old and kind of hood. Now it looks super bougie. I'm like the gentrification of our gym. It looks really nice. I was like, oh snap, where am I stepping into? Is this an oasis? I don't know, but I'm excited to be back after the remodel is done. So it's going to be looking really good in there. So yeah, so that's that. And we are, first of all, let me just do a quick check-in with everybody. I'll start with Cha. So today, like I said, Saturdays are usually our workout. And this last week and this week is going to be more of like a wrestling technique day, but it's still a workout, right? I'm not a wrestling coach. I'm not a wrestling teacher. I do know some wrestling things, and I do practice it as much as I can to keep it in my game. But I do know that anything I do with wrestling gets my heart elevated really fast, and that's just by doing the movements right. So it's still going to be a bit of a workout today. So I just kind of want to get a quick check-in with where everybody's headspace is, how they're feeling about our workout today, and the training we've been doing so far. So I'll start with you, Cha, since you're first on the list.
Wait, does that mean I should list injuries?
Wait, what? That you have less injuries?
No, should I list injuries? Because a couple weeks ago, I popped out my clavicle and a rib, and I got it popped back in this week. But I'm pretty sure at least my rib is back out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your rib is out.
Yeah.
Okay. What movements are you compromised with doing right now?
Because I've been lifting, so I think the bench press, because my left shoulder is the one that's messed up. My right, everything here compensates. So I think when I'm going down, this one takes more of the brunt, and then the rib pops out.
Okay, so upper body exercises, probably not good for you right now, at least. We'll give it some time to recover. That's good because we're doing wrestling, so everything's going to be like a leg workout and cardio. So you should be fine with today. When we do some sprawling, don't sprawl. You can, let me change the angle of this camera. So instead of sprawling, be down here in our wrestling stance, instead of coming down, sprawling, coming back up, I want you to just down block. That's fine. Okay. So just down block. I don't want you bearing weight on your hands. Anything else? Goals. So last week we did a goals check-in. Since you weren't here, let me check in with your goals, and then I'll move on to Amy. Goals check-in. What are your goals for your training for the new year?
Well, I have no idea. Really getting back into a gym is a number one goal. Getting the vaccine and getting back into a gym.
Okay.
But outside of being stuck at home, not being able to do much, takedowns is always a goal. I'm really bad at takedowns. It's the number one thing that I hate.
Yeah. Awesome.
We're either punching or we're on the ground. I hate that in-between transition thing.
Yeah. No, I totally feel you. Okay. All right. That's good. We can work with that. Amy, check in with you. I know we already went over our goals last week, so you don't have to listen if you don't want to, but just checking in with how your overall week is gone and anything you want to bring up for today to let me know for the class.
I'm gonna have to go a little bit easy today because I have a few injuries. My left ankle and then both of my knees and both of my hips, they're all feeling not great.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so just slow down on the intensity today.
Yeah, and in terms of goals, I don't even remember what I said last week. I don't know. I guess I just want a good workout and like get better somehow at something remotely related to any of this. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, I think that was your goal last week too. Michelle, check in with you.
Thanks for asking, Coach. Yeah, overall, I'm just always working on muscle strength, so I'm feeling stronger and stronger. My knee on Thursday with you was starting to weird feeling, so I just kind of modified how deep I was going. But I want to try to keep going deeper and stay strong. We'll see how it goes today, but yeah. So those are my goals. Is just also is be strong and just joint fluidity, I guess. Keeping my joints moving. So, but I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling
okay. Good. Yeah. So, for the squat, don't when we do our Thursday workouts, just don't go so deep. That's one. Or we'll modify it where you're doing lunges, so single leg exercises instead of squats, right? So either or. I know when I have my knee issues, if I switched it up to split squats or lunges, I gave my knee time to recover while still working my leg strength, because a lot of it has to do with hips tightness. All right, Jennifer, checking in with you.
Yeah, I guess I'm feeling a little bit tired, so just getting.
I'm putting my ear next to the camera because I can't really hear you too good.
You know, my mic on this laptop is really shitty. I was just saying, yeah, I'm pretty stiff usually on the weekend. So get a good workout, get the blood circulating.
Okay, so yeah, I think everybody is almost hearing the same sentiment. And remember last week I asked you guys if you wanted to do a workout, a mobility session, or a combination of the both. So it's sounding like mostly mobility today. All right, Sarah, checking in with you.
Hi, I'm good. I'm ready to do whatever workout, but I just have the same basic goal, just to stay mobile and reasonably fit. I don't really like fitness, but I love jujitsu, and I'm just trying to be healthy. And I don't know, but I'm committed to doing the fitness stuff because it's good for me. That's why I'm here.
Nice, awesome. I love it. So good. That's awesome. Okay. So today we're going to do a mobility session. And you know what's funny is I usually feel super tight on Saturdays, but today I'm feeling kind of loose. But I'll do it with you. We'll do it together. So I'm going to adjust my camera so you guys can see the floor a little bit more. Next week or next session that I have with you guys, because I'm going to be out on Monday. I'm going to get some AirPods, so the sound should be better when I'm talking. Let's see here. All right. So we're going to start in a seated position. I like to start with the split squat. Just going to start here. And when you guys can see both angles of the camera, just turn this way. All right? You can see me better. When you're here in this split squat position, we don't want our back to round. So we're going to, I really want you to try and focus on pressing and lifting your lower lumbar spine up. And we're gonna hold this for 10 seconds. So I want you to, before you bring your posture up, take a preparatory inhale, exhale, and then we're gonna inhale again, straighten that spine. And once you get to the top, begin to exhale and allow your body to fold a little bit forward. And then relax. All right. I'm gonna face you guys this time. Okay. So we're gonna do that again. So we're here. Take a preparatory inhale. Exhale. And inhale again and straighten your spine. Lift up through your chest. And this time as you're lifting up, I want you to like take your heels, dig them into the floor and try and pull, like you're trying to pull your legs out of your hip joints. So you can use your hands to push behind you and pull yourself forward. Inhale, lift up out of your spine. Exhale, try and pull yourself a little bit more forward. Inhale, flex your feet. Exhale, pull your legs out a little further. This time we're going to do the same thing, choosing one side of our body. So take a preparatory inhale, flex your foot. Exhale, start to bend forward a little bit. And you don't have to force it, your body down. Just allow yourself to go as far down as you need. Okay. And then inhale. Now we're going to switch sides. Inhale again. Exhale and pull the other side. I want you to focus on even pressing your butt down, this opposite hip down into the ground, and pull yourself forward. Switch. Press your opposite hip down into the ground, so you're flexing your hip down to the ground and pull yourself forward in the opposite direction. Switch. Take a moment to shake it out. Legs in front, shake, shake, shake. Together, butterfly. This is almost like a warm up into my mobility session. Before we actually get into it. And you can play with your feet here by pulling them and circling your toes. Foot, and switch. Okay. Shake out your legs. All right, so we're gonna work from the bottom up. So everybody stand up. You just need to see my toesies for now. Over the camera. I want you guys to see my feet. All right, so you can see my feet in the camera. So we're gonna start off warming up our feet. So you're going to lift one ankle. And I really want you to lift and try and straighten your ankle as much as you can. And then you're pressing your foot down and switching other side. Lift, straighten your ankle, put weight in your foot. And start to speed it up. So you really want you to think of even kind of grabbing with your toes. As you're opening up your toes and then grabbing just a little at the top and then switching. really try to activate your feet. Now we're going to switch. So you're lifting yourself up as you're switching. Bouncing on his feet. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, I'm going to move the camera over here so you guys can use a wall if you need to. So you can use a wall to have your hands in a place where you can balance. You lift up your feet, bring your knees in, and then press out. Okay, so you're going to lift up, knees forward, press out. I'm going to do that 10 times. So my hands are lightly on the wall. If you need it, if you need your hands on the wall, you can put them here. If you want to challenge yourself by balancing on your own, you can do that too. All right, so here. Up, knees in. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we're going to go the other way. So we're going to go here, up, and back. All right, so knees in, lift up, and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Good job. Now we're going to do another stretch. So you're going to point your toe, so normal point. Then we're going to roll our feet over onto the knuckles and press down for a top foot stretch. Roll your feet back, stretch back and down. So here, this is the first stretch. Second stretch, we're rolling our toes over, pressing in, and then back. Try that 5 times left and right. So here, boom, back, down. Boom, stretch, back, down. And one more. And then switch feet. Here. 3, 4, and 5. That's awesome. All right. So roll your feet out. One side, circles. And then you can even get into those knuckles. So you can go just on the toes. All right, that's one way to do it. Or you can get it really intense and roll onto the knuckles of the feet. And do this slow. Boom, boom. All right, lift up, boom. And then the other side. Into the feet. So I'm not sure if you guys realize this by doing these small, very small movements for your feet, how much your feet affect your whole kinetic chain. especially for wrestling, because we have to drive a lot off our feet, and our feet and our ankles are what gives us a stability in the rest of our knees and the rest of our parts of our legs. So I just noticed when I start working on my ankles how much stronger my whole body feels. All right, next one. The hips, which is my favorites. Okay. I need to lift this back up. Let's stay over here. Let's stay on the wall for a bit. This is actually a mobility exercise I got from my Muay Thai coach. Okay, or striking coach, whatever you want to call him. So we're going to start here. Hands on the wall. Opening up our hip. Opening up. Swing your hip out. So we did 21 side. And then we'll switch. Good. Now when you're done with that, we're going to take our hip and we're going to make circles. Hands on the wall, knee up. We're going to pull it back. Boom, squeeze your glutes behind us. Open up. Let's see this angle. I think it's better this way. Here, open it up. Holding it around here. So when we get to the top, you're going to hold it for 10 or 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Open up your hips. So you're going to come from behind. Opening up your knee, hold it for 9, 8, 5, and then bring it back around. You want to try to make as wide as circles as you can. So you can put your hands on the wall, Josh. This one, it's not really about balance. It's more about range. So you can really use your hands on the wall. And I want you to feel that cramp in your booty cheek. As you lift up, feel that cramp, hold it for 5. And then open up your knee, hold it for another 5. And then bring your knee in front. And I want you to do 5 rotations. Good job. And once you finish 5 rotations of all the holdings, do another 5 of just going through fast. And then open up your knee, Sarah. So you really want to get your leg back behind you far. So get your leg as far back behind you as you can. You should feel a cramp in your butt. Hold it in that cramp spot. And then from here, then you're going to open up your knee. Hold it in that pot position. And then you'll bring it up. All right. So then do it on the other side. Bring it back. Hold it. Hold it. And then hold it. Hold it. you finish the 5 of holding, you're gonna do 5 just coming around. 3, 4, 5, and then switch legs. Another tip when you're doing this is when you're here and then you open up your knee, I want you to try and either try to spread your hips as wide as you can and open up your hips as wide as you can, as if you're trying to do the split with your knee back. Right, so you're here, open up your knee, boom. It's almost like I'm really trying to get as wide as I can here. So I'm back, opening it, try to get as wide as I can through here, boom, and then I come around. After you guys finish left and right, you're gonna do it again in the opposite direction. So we went backwards, this time we're gonna go forward, open knee, hold it, back, hold it, and around. Open knee, hold it, back, hold it, and then come around. Yeah, and then other side. Open knee, hold it. Remember when you finish your 5, then you do 5 just fast. Try to see if you can get your legs to just swing loosely. Nice. Good job. Good job, everybody. Let me move this man. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I really like hip circles. You guys keep working on this. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab a piece of equipment. Awesome. All right. So we went into our hip. We're going to go back down again into our quads. All right. So this one is it's like a recovery workout day for everybody. So we're going to be here again. You want to try and find a good wall for you to work with. This is a better angle. This is happening straight on. All right. So we're going to start here. Put on the wall. First, I want you, before you lift up out of your body, I want you to stay here and drive your hip down. So it's like I'm trying to do this with my hips, but I'm doing it on one side. So put this on the wall. I have it flexed on the wall, not pointed for this round. And drive my hip down first, and then I'm going to lift up. And you don't have to go all the way up. I want you to just go as high up as you can. Come up with your lower back and your core engaged, right? And squeeze your belly forward as you lift up. You should feel the pull down in front of you. Right? So you feel the pull, and then try and push back into your foot that's on the wall. All right. So side. Here. Be on the wall. Drive your hip down. And then lift up. And if you need to, you can grab a puller or a broom if you're super tight. Right. If you have one around, or if you have anything that you can push yourself up, Drive your hips down. Boom. And then use this to push yourself up. Try to keep your core and your lower back engaged. So you're trying to keep your butt, don't let your butt do this. You want to keep this kind of action. You won't be fully pulled in because your quad is going to be tight. But you don't want your core to get disengaged from any of these exercises because that's how you'll start to find some pinching in your hips and your lower back over time. So you want to keep these things engaged because you're pulling your hips in and trying to lift up. You're trying to keep all that engaged. Pull back to there. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to come down onto your feet. Sit down on your knees. Just one foot up. Lean into it. Try to stay low. Try to bring your hips up. And lift your chest up as much as you can. Now you're going to take one knee, bring it down to the ground. And lift your knee back up. And switch. One more. And then come all the way up. How your legs feeling? Warmed up? Awesome. Okay. How far are we into it today? So we're halfway through. So that's a small piece of some of the mobility I do for my hips. I was going to do one more thing. That's why I brought the plate over. So I'll leave that for another day. We're going to get into just a tiny bit of wrestling technique now. All right. All right. Okay, so we're gonna start off in stance. All right, I want you guys to get into your wrestling stance. So the way I describe it is think of a box. You're gonna have your lead foot on the top corner, top right or left corner, depending on which leg's facing forward of your box. Your other foot is going to point to the other angle of the box, and you're taking the flat side of the box. All right, on your back leg. All right, so you're in the middle on the flat side, and at the top of the corner on your lead leg. And I want you to drop your butt down and be low enough where your chest can bounce off your leg. So you should be down that low. Okay? I can practically graze my hands off the floor. And from here, we're just gonna walk forward. So you're gonna drive off your back leg and push yourself forward. So we're just gonna go forward so far. forward. All right. So it looks like we all need to work on driving. So we're driving. I want you to drive off that back leg. So let's start with this. We're gonna stand up straight. We're gonna use this back leg to launch us forward, forward, forward. Okay? So it's not a hop, drive, drive. No striking right now, Cha. I want you to just focus on like how you're pushing yourself forward. So you can just, yeah. Good job, Sarah. Not bad, Jennifer. Getting better. So, Amy, I see you driving. I want you to just think of straight lines. So try not to hop. And that's for everyone. Try not to hop, so you don't want to make this arc. You want to just go straight like a plane. Yeah. You're still kind of stepping a little bit, Cha. I want you to drive off that back leg. Better. Drive a little bit more off your back leg, Amy. Good, Michelle. Yeah, nice, Jennifer, nice. That's what I'm talking about. All right, now as we're driving, I want you guys to start to kind of get loose. So kind of just play here right now, get loose. And if you need to like do a preparatoriness to your looseness, just kind of get loose, start to bounce around and get like a little kid, super loose. Open up your body, open up your soul, super loose and weird. All right, once you're all loosened up, loosen up them hips, loosen up them shoulders, get everything super loose. We're gonna add the drivingness to that loosey-goosey kind of feeling, right? So we're here, boom. I want you to find the bounciness in how you're moving. And just loose. So no striking right now, Cha. I want your arms loose. Loose, loose, loose. Everything loose. Loose. Boom. And try to find that looseness in how you're moving. And try to get your body in step with the drive you're supposed to be doing off that back leg. Let your arms hang, Jennifer. Let them get loose. Everybody let your arms hang. Just let it all get loose. I want you funky, like a gummy. And your whole body move together. Try to get everything in sync. Yeah, and just remember you're pushing yourself forward. So you're driving yourself forward still. A little bit more drive and less hoppy, Amy. You're kind of hopping, I want you driving. So here, driving forward. I'm still driving off that back leg. All right, so driving off that back leg. A little bit more loose in your thighs and your hips, Cha. A little bit more loose in your thighs and your hips. Get loose. Get loose. And up your body. Yeah, everybody just keep playing around and working with this. I want you driving. Drive a little bit more. So you're stepping first with your lead foot, Michelle. I want you driving off that back leg, right? A little better. Yeah, that looks good, Amy. It's looking better. A little bit loosen up. Find the bounciness, Michelle. Find the bounciness. All right, and time. So now we're gonna do the same thing in our wrestling stance. So you're gonna be down, looseness, and down, and low, and just drive forward. Drive. So just drive, loose, more loose, Michelle, more loose, and drive. Drive, find that bounciness. Let your hands get loose. Everybody let their hands get loose. They're not adding in like you're pulling in anybody for the shot right now. You're just loose. I want you to find that ability to allow your whole body to just get bouncy, 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 bouncy. Continue to rock in your feet, Miss Amy. Don't get stiff in your feet. Everything should be gummy, like a kid, a playful kid. Right now, that's where you are, just loose, driving yourself forward. A little less sharp right now. You're kind of galloping a little bit, Michelle. You're galloping a little bit. I want you driving. And less sharp, I want you loose. So just loose, just rocking right now. Loose, just driving. So we're here trying to get that monkey feel, right? Moving like a little monkey. I can even get looser in my upper body. Don't get loose. There you go. All right, try to stay in your wrestling stance. Try to stay in your wrestling stance as you're moving. So you can get lower. Everybody can get a little lower. Drop your butt chaw. You want to get low. All right, and time. All right. I had you guys doing that for a while. Right. So this is the kind of like that feel. Wrestlers, like they look super hard when they train, right? And it's really intense. But if you actually roll with a really good wrestler, it's just like jujitsu, you know? When you roll with a really good black belt, they're strong, but there's like this kind of fluidity in how they feel. They kind of feel like very much like a snake. I remember the first time I ever rolled with Darren. This is gonna sound like very crude, but it was almost like trying to grab onto a stripper pole that was waxed down, like with a whole bunch of grease. It was just like so slick because like he's just like very fluid in how he moves, you know, and it's just that kind of looseness.
Are you sure it wasn't because he was like a sweaty dude?
No, he wasn't. He's very hairy, so it's like I don't know if the hairiness makes him slip more or less slippery. I don't know, but he was wearing a gi at the time anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But he yeah, he was just like, it's in how he moves, right? So it's when we hold that tension, it restricts movement, right? There are places when we're training and we're doing jiu-jitsu where we want to be tense, but we have to be able to know what parts of our body need to be tense and when we need to be tense and when we actually need to be fluid. And we're actually setting up this shot, like when we're setting up feints, you kind of want to have a bit of playfulness in how you're doing it, just a little bit. It's at least for when the training comes. And when you're ready to fight, you don't want to get tense because you're like, oh shit, bang, bang. You don't want to hit, you don't want to start fighting like rock and sock when your shoulders all up here. You know, you gotta be fluid, and then when you're fluid, you're gonna be able to let your hands go a little bit more. And when you're a little bit more fluid, you're gonna be able to allow yourself to set up your shots and your takedowns a little bit more. All right, so so the next part of this is to just continue that, but we're gonna add our hands in it a little bit more. So we're gonna be down here in our wrestling stance. And then I just want you to let your hands go in front of you. I don't want you like actually like tight and grabbing for the shot right now. I just want you to kind of start to feel that recoil, right? As you're driving forward. So you're down low, boom, 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 right? So you can kind of start to feel how your hands and your feet can connect together. All right, so same thing. We're just going forward right now. We're just doing one direction. And continue. So stay low and try not to get lazy. It's the difference between laziness and playfulness, right? The playfulness will allow you to tap into this new movement that you're trying to teach yourself. Laziness is a fear usually of trying. You're too afraid to try. Yeah. Try not to reach. Reaches in. Remember, we still want to have these T-Rex arms when we're going. So we're here. We're here. We don't want to overly extend because that's how people sprawl on top of us, and then we're in a really bad position. So you still want to stay tight. T-Rex arms with the arms. Everybody try and get Noah. More bouncy. You're starting to get a little stiff, Amy. Starting to get a little stiff. Get back into that playfulness. Just that back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. Anytime you're starting to get stiff, I'm gonna yell out, hey, a little bit more playful. A little bit more playful, Cha, means bouncy. A little bit more playful, Sarah. A little bit more playful, less stiff. Loosen up, loosen up, loosen up. Everybody loosen up a little bit. Loosen up, bouncy, 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 and drive. If you need to start to stand up and get out of your stance and get back into that driving, boom. Then get back into that for a little bit just to recover and get yourself back into this drive. Boom. Here. Here. And then get lower. A little bit more playful, Sarah, Amy. Both Sarah and Amy. There we go. All right, next step, we're going to just drop down. All right, so before we go for a shot, we need to change levels, right? So we're here and change levels and then go. Be able to drive from there. So as we're doing this bouncy feeling, I want you guys to change levels real quick. Change levels real quick. And when you're changing levels, you are bouncing your chest off your thigh. Right, so I'll show you in 2 angles. Right here, boom, playful, bounce. All right, playful bounce. I'm here, bounce. Right, I'm here, bounce. Right? So you want to feel that recoil. So you're kind of dropping. I want you to drop your butt. So drop at your butt. You get low, drop off your butt and drop and bounce your chest off your front thigh. So don't reach for the floor, Amy. I want you to let your chest bounce off your leg. There you go. Good, Jennifer, that looked good. Change the angle for me a little bit, Jennifer, so I can see you from the side. Yeah, a little bit more bouncy, Jennifer, a little bit more bouncy, but it's good. Try not to dip at your back, child. You want to drop at your butt. Drop at your butt, don't dip at your back. Good, and time. All right. Now that everybody's legs are like probably really tired, I'm gonna say that's it for wrestling right now, but let's do one last mobility exercise to get into our legs. So I have this plate over here. I brought it over here. You guys probably don't have something to get to step onto, but just know that if you wanted to increase your range, you can elevate one of your feet doing these exercises that I'm going to show you. So, cool. Bring this leg. Go. You. More. Okay, cool. All right, so we're here. So I'm going to start my foot elevated onto the foot, onto the whatever I've elevated on, and we have one foot behind. All right, so we're going to be going forward with our back toe elevated. You're going to come down like an airplane and get a nice deep stretch in your ankle. Hold it. Then you can drop your knee, push yourself forward a little bit more and sit into it. Then we're going to push ourselves back. Down into this one. You'll reach through and you push yourself forward. Screw your toes if you can, or you don't have to. Push yourself back. Boom, and back up. We'll get to the side. Okay, so I'll show you one more. I'm just stepping forward so I can see everybody in the camera. I'll do it one more time, and then you guys keep doing it. Even if I step forward, again, it's just so I can see you guys. Okay. So it's switching legs. So we're here. Elevated on our back foot. And go forward. So back knee off the ground, stretching. Then you're gonna put your knee on the ground and push yourself forward a little bit more. And push yourself back. Then far leg. Yeah, forward. Back. And then dip. And then back up. All right, one more time left and right, you guys. One more time left and right. Let me see if you remember the flow. Nice. Nice. Switch legs. All right, once you're done with the other side, look forward. Yay, so as you guys can see, it's a little bit lighter today. Just seemed like everybody was a little bit sore. So I wanted to make sure that you guys, today was a little bit more recovery day for you. And we will be getting back to those more intense workouts. Don't you fret, they will be here again. But it's important that we listen to our bodies. Recovery is a big part of your progress. So like a lighter day like this is still gonna help you progress. Let me just check in with you guys on the class real quick. See which, I just want to hear what you guys got out of it and if you have any questions. So, Cha, starting with you. Tell me what's up.
I need loose hips. I can do loose arms. I like have no idea how to do loose hips. You were like shaking your butt and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
It's like, how do you do that? Salsa, girl. You got to get that salsa. It's fun. Or like Tahitian. It's helpful. All right, Amy, checking in with you. How'd it do?
Somehow I'm still exhausted by today. So that was good. I was struggling a little bit with my ankle. That was so I was like trying to work around it, but it's kind of hard to go. Yeah, hopefully it feels better in a few days.
Yeah, I hope it feels better too. Tell with your ankle, how was it for when we did the ankle stuff in the beginning? How was that for your ankles?
Those are all good. Yeah.
Good. Awesome. Michelle, yeah, tell me what's up.
Yeah, same. Still, like I got a great workout. I'm sweating like crazy, and anytime I have to get really low for me is a challenge, but it's feeling stronger. And definitely, I echo Cha. I'm like, I don't have that movie stuff yet, but I'm like, I am relaxed. I am relaxed.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Just a little bit stiff. Yeah. So getting low, even for the wrestling, was hard on your knee. Okay.
It got better by the end. I'm like, oh, I'm finally warmed up. So I maybe just need to warm up more even before we start.
Yeah. That's how it is for me too. I just gotta warm up a lot. Sarah, checking in with you. How was it?
Wow, there was 5 or 10 minutes there. It was fun. It was like jujitsu, wrestling, getting loose. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad you liked it. Awesome. And Jennifer, last but definitely not least, what is it?
Yeah, it was super helpful breaking down, that wrestling drive step because I feel like, do that driving with stretching when you're up here and so like you're stiff. So I'm really not used to this flexibility. Helpful breaking it down that way.
Yeah, and you were getting looser too. I see a difference in how you were moving today versus how you were moving last week. A lot more like in it and starting to get in there a little bit more. All right, you guys. So thank you again for today. I will see you hopefully next Saturday. I should be on. I think I'll be okay for next Saturday, but it'll be again another light day for sure. Like today. So yep, I will see you next Saturday. I won't be on Monday, but I'll see you on Saturday. Okay, you guys have Molly on Monday. All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great day.
You too. Take care of yourself, coach.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.